Hi everyone, welcome to today's edition of the English we speak in Nigeria. I am Dr. Kachi, and today we are going to be looking at LY words in Nigerian English you may not find in dictionaries. Oftentimes, I have heard Nigerians use the word severally in a context that means several times in British English. Do you know that the word severally in British English means separately? Okay, look at these sentence examples from Longman Dictionary, and it reads, these issues can be considered severally, or as a whole. So you can now see that that's not exactly what you want to communicate. When you use severally, you are saying something completely different from what you intend to say. Yes, the adverb is formed from the adjective several, which has two forms of meaning. The first meaning, according to Oxford Dictionary, talks about more than two, but not many. And this is where I think several times can come in. Several also means separate or respective. That is the second meaning. And it may interest you to know that this is the only one that has adverbial form. So the several, which has to do with a number of times, doesn't have adverbial form. So when you say severally, for instance, I visited you severally, that I didn't see you, you are saying I visited you separately, because the several that has to do with a number of times has no adverbial form. So that is it. I mean in British English. But Nigerians would have it this way, as you can see. Okay, now let me also say that Oxford English Dictionary, I think the latest edition, captured the word severally as the second meaning, as a way of saying several times in Nigerian English. Okay, now I don't know what those of you who are arguing against Nigerian English we have to say about this. Why some linguists see Nigerian English expression as glorified errors. Others believe it is like me. Others like me believe it's an emerging variety of the English language that has not yet gained much global recognition. Whichever one you believe, just know that Nigerian English, may be frowned upon on some occasions. For example, in many examination bodies I know, such as WAEC, or many examinations, let me say, in many examinations like WAEC, UTME, IELTS, and many other ones, they do not allow Nigerian English. Okay, I think we need to talk about Nigerian English. Yes, we should talk about Nigerian English. And in next edition, I will be bringing to you the difference between Nigerian English and grammatical error. Yes, I think because many people are already asking me questions about that. So, and I will be hosting a Nigerian English scholar, a Nigerian English consultant to Oxford Dictionary, Okay, let's look at other LY words in Nigerian English. We were taught those days in school that most adverbs are formed from adjective through a morphological process of adding the suffix ly to the adjectives, and that's why you have something like gentle, gently, broad, broadly, broad as adjective, broadly as adverb, beautiful as adjective. You add ly, you get beautifully. So we know all of those, but we may also need to know that there are exceptions. There are a few exceptions that may not follow that process, and that's why you may have something like outright as adjective, and you have the same outright as adverb. There is no morphological change. There is no structural change. But in terms of usage, there is a change. In terms of context, there is a change. When where you use one is different from where you use the other. So you don't really know that this adverb based on its form. You know it by its use. So we need to know that some of these words are like seldom too. Seldom. The adverbial form is seldom. They don't go with ly in British English. However, Nigerian English, you see outrightly, you see seldomly. Let me also say for seldom that seldomly was is still this is correct. Am I saying correct? No, I'm saying it is acceptable in British English, but it's a cake. It's outdated, so they hardly use seldomly again as adverb. They use seldom. Yes. So a sentence such as John had seldomly seen him swimming is popular in Nigeria. However, in British English, you would rather have something like John had seldom seen him swimming. You see the difference now. Another adverb that most Nigerians use with ly, that's most Nigerians attach ly to it, is outright. Most Nigerians would use it as outrightly. So you would have something like, I think cigarettes advertising should be banned outrightly. Yeah, that's Nigeria, outrightly. But in British English, you would have rather something like, I think cigarettes advertising should be banned outright. Yeah, outright here is adverb. So it may also interest you to know that outright is both adjective and adverb. But whether it's adjective or adverb, it retains the same form. What defines the difference is the context of use. I think I've said that earlier. Okay, there are other ones here, not the one that also Nigerians attach ly to is installment. Installment. Nigerians would say instrumentally. So you would have something like, he was permitted to pay instrumentally. I have seen these in very many sites. In many, I just googled around and I saw in many Nigerian, a website you see instrumentally there. Okay, time may not permit me to begin to show you, but if you just do a quick search, you will see a lot of them there. So yeah, instrumentally. But in British English, you would have something like, he was permitted to pay in. You can also say on. You can also say by installment. Any of them can go. Let me just take one. He was permitted to pay by installment. Yeah, that's what you would have in British English. Okay, the last one we are going to look at today is conclusively. I think most Nigerians mistake the word conclusively for the phrase in conclusion. Yeah. Oxford Dictionary defines conclusively as a decisive way that has effects of proving a case, or simply put, decisively could mean without any doubt. Yes, without any doubt. Yeah, so it's different from in conclusion, which means to sum up. But Nigerians use them interchangeably. A Nigerian could say, in conclusion, blah, 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 blah happened. To conclude, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, to conclude, blah, blah, blah happened. Conclusively, blah, 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 blah. So you see that it doesn't work that way. Conclusively, you may need to know that conclusively means something completely different from in conclusion or to sum up. They don't mean the same thing. So, but I don't know. I wouldn't know what I should call it Nigerian English, but I know that many Nigerians use conclusively to mean that. Okay, I want to believe you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do subscribe, do share to others. And remember, we are bringing something special your way next edition. Difference between Nigerian English and grammatical errors.